Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
The Big 50. Guys, strap yourselves in. This is going to be wild. Guys, the chicken is here. Back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're getting into the Big 50, Season 50 Sneak Peek. This season is absolutely wild. I want to give a big shout out to OP. Him and, you guys, the community, made this tech tree. Or he voted on it in one of his live streams a long time ago, which is really cool to see. Guys, we want to stay tuned to everything up to date as everything changes this season, because there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot to get into and stay on top of. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I do appreciate it if you throw in the code CHICKEN in the shop if you're going to grab instant training for this season. So where do I even start? What's the most exciting news? I don't know. Number one, right off the bat, full rank reset coming next season, Season 51. Full reset. Everybody starts at 0. Everybody starts at Wood rank 1. Season 51, okay? Season 50, the craziest thing about this season is we are going to have 50 keys every second day given to us for free in the shop. Wild. And every other day that we don't get 50 keys, don't worry, you're not going to be bored on those days, because we're getting 500,000 free tokens. So we're going to have the entire tech tree unlocked by like week 2, week 1.5. Depending on how quickly you're going to be able to rank up. But 50 keys, this is also a 3-week season, guys. Craziness. So we'll go into the tech tree first. And man, I'm stunned. This is so much stuff to go over here. So let's, before we get into the tech tree, let's go over the season stats to give you an idea of what we are looking at. Boom. So since OP was a creator of this tech tree, I wanted to throw him up there. So Season 50 stats. We've got 100 building health, 100 DBD, 100 troop health, 150 troop damage, and 150 GB. On the surface, that seems pretty balanced, but I am a little bit worried about the beginning of the tech tree. So let's just dive into that right here. So you can see we start off. Some things are different. It kind of looks normal for a second, then you look into it, and it's not normal. So we've got Zookas at square 1. And we've got defenses, and we also have tanks unlocked immediately. Okay, so starting things off with tanks and Zookas. Now, the thing with tanks and Zookas is they don't really work that well together, because the Zookas kind of space with the tanks, so they kind of walk together. So it's tricky. It's tricky to use them for sure. So this is 2ER. 2ER contains rocket launchers, troop health, mortars, an upgrade, a multi-node with 2 extra cannons for all those tanks flying around, medics. If you want to get those flares, you're going to have to pay the tax for it. You're going to have to pay the medic tax. And flares are on a nothing node at 428 keys. So, interesting start in 2 ERs. As we move forward here, what do we got? We've got 3 engines. We've got Grenadiers. We've got our first building health down this side. We've got Everspark over here for 42 keys right off the bat. And I think everyone's probably going to go Grenadiers up. And let's not get into the day 1 path. Let's just show you everything. We've got early critters. And at this point, we still only have tanks and Zookas. So next up, in come the Warriors. That's our 3rd troop of the season. We also have our first troop damage, boom cannons, potentially, flamethrowers, lots of defense, smokes, presumably for the Warriors. And look at this. We have prototypes. What's different about them? Level 3 prototypes in at 3ER. You can get a level 3 Sky Shield. And we're using, not Warriors at that point probably, Warriors, tanks, and Zookas. So things are going to get defensive really quickly early on. The tree gets better as we go through, but this is going to be nasty. So as we come into 4ER, bam! Another level 3 Sky Shield. How do you like that? 2 Sky Shields right out of the gate. Bam! And we've got DBD over here if you do want to go the artillery route. All good stuff on that top path as well. Then down here we've got shock mines followed by shock bombs. We have sniper towers way down here. Now this is where you transition from defense into offense, okay? So this is where you get to kind of pick what kind of season you want to play. This is really cool. I like this part. So we move forward here, and we've got the sniper tower node, which is way after 4 ERs. We got heavies in the middle. So it's kind of up to you whether you want to unlock heavies or not. Because look, we've got rifles, rocket choppers, and rifle Zooka has always been a thing, right? So that could potentially be something. The way I'm leaning towards, though, I think Scorcher Bombardier looks really nice, especially with some Cryoneers mixed in. Depending on your playstyle and what you want to play. So this is where it's going to open up. This is all offense. After 4 ERs, there's another Sky Shield, but other than that, it's all offense. It's GB and just every troop, or all the troops. So that's pretty crazy. So as we move ahead, and you got to keep in mind, guys, the pacing this season is going to be insane. Okay, so we're going to have, you're not going to stay at 2 and 3 ERs very long. So when I say that it's going to be grindy back here, it doesn't really matter because we're going to be past this point within the first week, pretty regardless of what rank you're in or whatever. I don't know how that's going to work in terms of matchmaking and what we're matched up against. Is it going to be easy to push? Is it going to be hard to push? Typically, when everybody has the same thing, it's very hard to push. So we'll see what happens there. But anyways, let's keep moving forward. So after 5, then we get our choice of heroes. We've got the Dr. Kavan. We got medkits, a nice nothing node. I like how for the most part the key vacuum nodes, or the nodes that you have to unlock, have provided some benefit, right? So we've got medkits, we've got sniper towers, sky shield. The only thing really that's been a vacuum so far is warriors and potentially medics back here. And that's if we want to deviate and go for flares. With 2 sky shields, maybe we don't need flares. So let's move forward here. Look at this. Boom. If you didn't think we had a lot of defenses, now we have potentially 6 rocket launchers if you have maxed out 5 if they're ranked 3 or 4. But with, a million tokens coming in every 4 days, that's not going to be that ridiculous to get those maxed out pretty quickly. So we got rockets, we've got troop health over here, we've got gunboat energy down here, and I believe what they've done this season is you can see at 6ER, it says 1200 and it's got that little tech sign, right? So that's your tech level. Typically you don't notice this because you don't, it doesn't really come into play. You get extra higher tech level for unlocking more stuff, right? So it's just saying you need that certain amount of tech level to unlock that engine. So you can't just rush to heavy choppers or to cryobomb. We'll talk about that in a second. So yeah, I believe they've upped the tech level requirements for all the ERs. Also this season, for those of you that are low level in the main base, no Admiral's Key. No Admiral's Key. You can go as far in the tech tree as you want to, and nothing's going to stop you. You don't have to pay the tax man. You don't have to pay anything. You can just go as far as you want to go. So yeah. So after what is this, 6 or 7? So after 6, we've got potentially brick. We've got another troop damage. We have mechs, which could be good at this point. Shock launchers down over here. Another prototype, another level 3 prototype for 42 keys. Getting expensive. But look at this, we got cryobombs. Now, typically cryobombs are not usually in warships because they make Seekers way too easy to use, way too strong, and then every match comes down to 2 seconds. If you see the very end of the tech tree here, Seekers are way at the very end. So yes, it's still going to be a thing, but we can still push a little bit with the cryobomb before everybody and their brother has Seekers. But that will absolutely be the last final meta. It will be Heavy Chopper, Seeker probably with cryobombs, or maybe just all Seekers with Bullet, I don't know. So yeah. After that, we've got Barrage, and then we've got an extra shock launcher, so potentially 3 shock launchers, 6 rocket launchers, lots of defenses, but lots of offensive tools and stats to deal with those defenses. Once we got to go to 7 first if we want to get the heavy choppers, and the heavy choppers are 50 keys. Just choked a little bit there, that's expensive. And then let's take a look at the very end of the tech tree here. So we've got another Sky Shield. We've got 3 level 3 Sky Shields. There's our 150 troop damage. There's our Seekers. There's our 100, I believe, DBD. Let's take a look at those stats again. Yeah, 100% DBD. So, I mean, yeah, until this point, we only have 50 DBD. So, yeah, we've got rockets. We've got, cannons, boom cannons, shock launchers. But they're not hitting super hard with only 50 DBD behind them. It'll still be defensive, but things will not maybe be as bad as they seem until we get to the very end. And then we've got another level 3 prototype. All the prototypes are level 3, like we said. So we're going to see some pretty crazy bases and some really interesting attacks, I feel like. So let's take a look. That's the tech tree. Let's take a look at the deck layouts we're going to have to play with all this tech on. So starting off at 2 ERs here. Nope, that's not 2 ERs, chicken. How do I go? Can I restart it? Properties. Blanket? No, nothing. Can we go down here and start? All right. That took so long, we're back here. So here's 2 ERs, like I said, with 50 extra keys every other day. Not going to be a 2 engines too long. 3 is kind of cool. Keep in mind we're using tanks and Zookas here, so that corner wrap is going to be a big problem for the grounded troops. No rocket choppers at this point. Things are going to open up once we get to 4. That's when we get all of the troops here. We do have a big hole in the center. I like these bases because they don't seem to favor a clustered base too much. And then 5 is going to be interesting. 5 I'm a little bit worried about. But again, after 4 ER, things get more offensive, so they open up. And then at 6 ER, we've got some nice gap bases, which are always fun. I can see that kind of turning into a cluster around P3. And then 7 ER is kind of the same as 6, but it opens up a little bit more. And everything is off of 1 ramp. So no 2 ramp landings. So that's pretty cool to see. So there it is, guys. That is your Season 50 in a nutshell. A lot to unpack, a lot to digest. I hope you're okay stomaching that. But yeah, man, wow. That's I'm really excited. It's what we always ask for, right? Something new, something different. It's going to be a new challenge. It's going to be very interesting to see the metas that develop, and I'm really excited to see this here. So yeah, but yeah, the biggest thing is, I don't know if it'll show up in my shop right now, but there it is. So everyone's a winner. That's what you're going to see. We're going to get 50 free keys and then followed by the tokens the following day. So that's going to be interesting. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the sneak peek. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. Catch the next one, guys. Chicken out, back.